Hi, Carol. This is Manny Marino from Do Wood Son out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, with your video on how to assemble these custom fish chairs. So again, I am very appreciative of you and thank you for the purchase and finding me on Etsy. These are definitely fun chairs to make. I'm going to spend the next few minutes on this video kind of talking to you about the assembly process. So I took one of the chairs apart. I've assembled them all, the entire set, and then taken it apart, and I'm just going to walk you through the assembly process and how it should look like. So, and also too, I'll kind of talk to you about the maintenance and the color and all of that stuff. So all of my chairs are made out of redwood cedar. Even with the paint, it's an outdoor paint. Water will repel right off, so it'll be good for a few years anyway. The other thing I might recommend, because it's painted on top of cedar, you don't have to worry about rot or obtaining moisture, is I might recommend what's called a spar urethane and use a water base. It comes in a blue can, and it will protect it even further, but it leaves it shiny. I don't know, some customers just don't like that at all. But again, that's an option. These chairs are good, and they look great. So what you're going to get when it comes completely apart is your chair. So let me just kind of walk you through. So the first thing that you're going to do on your chair, or obviously, is the seat. So you'll have 7 slats. And what I did is I actually numbered them underneath on the bottom, right? So as you're laying them out, look for 1 through 7. And so technically, because these are 24 inches across, you could use the same pattern that I used, but there's nothing that keeps you from mixing them up even further if you wanted. The first 3 on the back are the same size, 24 inches, and then they start to curve in to the fish head. And those you'll have to, keep because it won't look like a fish head. But so here it is, right? Your seats sit in between the 2x6, which is the frame of the seat itself, right? So you have your 7 slats, your 2x6, and then if I come around here, and then in between them is a space, 2x6 that goes in between the 2 and the back. So starting on a flat surface, right? When you start with number 1, screw that in, go all the way to 7, and you can't see it in this video, but I actually have it marked on both the chairs on where this should align, right? So it's all going to come out. There's going to be a gap. So when you're assembling the back, which I will explain here shortly, it'll be fine. The tail, because it's going to be another inch below down here where it slips right in. But so your seat slats going between your 2x6 with your 2x6 brace in the back, your front legs, right and left, and again I'll have them marked inside, right and left, so you know which one goes where. The front legs go on the outside, the back legs go on the inside, and then with your lag bolt, which is you'll need a 9/16 ratchet, right? And those will always go from the outside in, and they get screwed in underneath or in the inside. And it always goes lag bolt, washer, lock nut, nut. Okay, 9/16 is what you're going to need to make it easy to get these bolts on. Then the second thing is the back brace. So in between the 2 back legs, right, it's 22 inches high, 21.5 inches high. That doesn't matter. But then you're going to have your back brace, right? So this is going to be important because I will, again, very hard to see in the video, but I'll have it marked. The one thing that we don't want is we don't want this to go all the way to the top of that, because if you do, it's going to bump up this back arm and kind of be at an not even, right? But again, I'll have it marked, so line it up, and they get the 2 screws on the inside. And so there's really the framework. And then, of course, your arms, right and left. I've countersunk every hole, right? And these torque bits, which you'll get I'll show you another one, which you'll get the bit, and I'll include it in the bag with all the hardware. These are coated, right? Coated torque bit screws. So they won't rust. They're brown, they're decorative, and that's by design. So just when you screw all of the ones that are facing on top of the chair, just go to the top of the wood, right? To keep it flush and level, and it looks really nice. So again, legs, outside, inside, back and front, and then your 2 arms, they get screwed in from the top down. And then now you're ready for the back. Now, what's interesting about the back is you're going to lay it on a flat surface, right? And so, as I mentioned before, you start with your head and then you just work your way down. The last three on the bottom are the same size. So, in case you wanted to mix up the colors, you could. And then your back brace, right? And so these get held together by the back brace. The only screws that get smaller ones are going to be 1 1/4. Those are gold ones. The gold ones are going to fit in the back of these to secure the back of the back, if that makes sense, right? So, and I have them labeled. I'll have them labeled. You can't see it here on the video, so I'll mark it as you're looking from the back to the front of the chair, right and left. So just kind of mark them up. And even on as you're laying the boards out, I've outlined, because again, I've had these chairs pre-assembled. I already assembled these chairs, and of course, I'm taking it apart. But just put this back brace along inside the lines where it goes. Screw them in. And if you don't plan on taking this chair apart ever, this is a good time to add glue. I would recommend putting glue only on the back of or on the back of the back brace. All right. And then the other thing that isn't required, but some, over time, it'll loosen a little bit to keep it from like creaking and all of that good stuff. You could certainly add glue along the 2x6 under the seat if you wanted to, but that's how you put the fish back chair together. And then, and then again, so these again, if you follow the outline, when you assemble them, it's going to have a tail, and those get slipped right in, and there's 2 screws underneath the bottom of the seat where you're going to secure it down, and that's what it looks like from underneath, right? And then the last thing that you do is that you'll secure is your braces, and in fact, I'm going to add another pilot hole here, so you'll have 3 screws that are your back support to the back of the chair. Okay, so once I close this video, on the other one I just I noticed it when I took the other one apart that I had a third one, so I'll make sure these get it as well. So that really is kind of the makeup in the assembly of the chair. If you have any questions after watching this video, feel free to FaceTime me if you'd like. I can certainly walk you through it. I've done that before, but gorgeous chair, redwood cedar, as I mentioned, so you don't have to, it could be outdoors. You're in Virginia, so you don't get snow, or it's, because I always tell folks like in the winter time or, cover it, but you don't have snow to deal with, I don't think. Water will repel right off because again, the paints are very vibrant and they pop. So this is a gorgeous, good looking chair. If you get a moment, follow me on Instagram. I'm at DoWoodSon. My Facebook is www.dowoodson.com. I'll put a couple business cards in with your hardware and the torque bit screws that you'll need. Don't forget you need a 9/16 ratchet and socket. Rubber mallet would be ideal to pound these in. And that's pretty much all you need. So again, when it comes completely apart, just kind of set it out. I have everything labeled. Again, the seat itself labeled 1 through 7, where you're going to lay your seat slats to go across. And again, if you want to keep the same color pattern, that's fine. If not, it's up to you. All right, Carol, so here it is. Thank you so much again. I appreciate you. Let me know if you have any questions. Manny Marino, and my telephone number is 612-423-1468. If you have any issues down the road, give me a call, or if you get a moment, to face me or tag me on Facebook. That'd be great. So thank you so much, and I'll be shipping this out today, and I will I'll put the link in the instructions as well in the box, in case you don't read your messages on Etsy, because I've sent pictures and messages and all of that stuff through there. So again, thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you, Carol.